Good afternoon, softball fans, and welcome to Mason High School for the first game of a doubleheader featuring the Milford Eagles against the Centerville Elks. And let's get started here. We have Megan McClellan on the mound and Natalie Carr at the plate. McClellan leads off with a strike. My name is Dave Buffenbarger. With me today is Andy McBrayer. Andy, we got two great games today that I'm looking forward to.
Dave, always a pleasure to be in the booth with you.
Oh. Carr reaches on an air on the shortstop there.
Tough bounce on the turf there, Dave.
Well, I think if we talk to the Mason coaches, there's no such thing as a tough bounce on the turf. But McClellan definitely going to be one of the best pitchers in the area, so I look for a low-scoring game, even though if they're starting off with an error.
That ball's down, Dave.
Yes, it is. That's Riley Bacon. He's the catcher for the Elks. Riley's been around, all conference performer last year. Great hitter. I've seen her about in the summer, and she looks like she kind of lofted that one out there. I would have wanted my right fielder to catch that. Andy, what do you think?
Maybe get a little dirty on that, just make a play there early off in the game. Let's see if Centerville can get something going here early.
I'm going to say that's probably why we're at first and second now, because the person on first probably thought that that was going to get caught.
Yeah, she had to hold up there and just wait for a little bit.
We'll set the defenses here in a minute. We got started right out of the gate with the batter coming up, so we'll get to the lineups here shortly. Coming up to bat for Centerville, we have Chase Adkins. Adkins is a good hitter. Seen her in the summer.
A bit of wind blowing in here today. See if we can get one up into the might be a little bit hard to get it out of the park today.
It's good to be a pitcher at Mason because it seems like the wind's always blowing in here. Not good for home run hitters, but great for pitchers. Adkins is definitely a hitter. She plays for the Outlaws. Tim Shepard in the summer. Seen her play a few times last summer, and it seems like every time I watch her, she got a hit. So this should be a good battle with McClellan, again, one of the top pitchers. We're going to have good pitchers in both games today.
Coming back.
So that's tough for a pitcher. Sitting there with you have an error and a ball drops in to get started. Let's see how tough McClellan is here, and she can fight this off. Yeah. There's another one out there. Right fielder's on it.
No tag.
No tag. Second. So that's McClellan's gonna. I think we'll see her tighten up here, and I don't expect those two misplays to result in a whole lot of runs for Centerville. Centerville's coached by Wendell Hutchinson. Wendell is a long-time summer travel ball coach in the area. Took over Centerville a few years back. He's had some good teams. Milford's coached by Christy Gregory. Christy's coached the team for a while. Both of these teams have been powerhouses in Southwest Ohio for the last few years. Milford for a little bit of a longer period. And we'll follow that up with two other powerful teams in game two. So drop ball by the catcher, runners advance second and third. Andy, what do you know about these two teams? Have you seen much of them this year, or any of these players come across?
No, just McClellan, of course. Obviously, she's a big name here in Southwest Ohio from a pitching standpoint. Centerville returning most of their starters from last year. They lost their starting pitcher last year that playoff run.
That's a big loss. Haley Arnold, great pitcher last year, two-time player of the year in the conference, first-team All-State pitcher.
Damage here early.
Seeing some of the pitches here, looks like McClellan's mixing it up pretty good. Threw a curveball there, busting to the outside of the plate.
McClellan a senior this year?
I think she's only a junior. Yeah, Milford has a young team. In fact, I don't think they have a senior on their roster. Led by two juniors, McClellan, Lainey McCoy. Then they have several sophomores and freshmen in their lineup as well. So Looks like Christy Gregory's going to have a team to contend with here for a few years.
We were knocked out last year by Mason in the playoffs.
It's always good to hear that from a Mason perspective. You being a Mason father and Mason coach is sitting here to our left.
And we're watching both teams where Centerville knocked out Mason.
That's right. Okay, you had to bring that up.
Yeah.
A way to balance things out.
That's a nice comeback there.
Yep. So McClellan showing how tough she is here, battling back after first two runners get on, getting a tough third hitter and Chase Adkins out, getting the fourth hitter out here, and we're coming up with number 5 hitter Hannah O'Connor. O'Connor's a senior, first baseman. I'm going to go with that. I see a little discrepancy in the numbers here. But, I think 29 is O'Connor. Swing and a miss. Foul tip caught by the catcher. McClellan gets out in front of O'Connor 0-2.
See if she can go to work here. This would be a big,
You're right. Get out of this.
Big for her to get out of this inning right here.
She wasn't even going to go near the plate on that one. Out in the other batter's box there. I guess she'll come back inside here. Let's see what happens. Up and in.
Respecting the power here, Dave. Center field. Left field is 10 feet from the fence here.
We have a 5 hitter. And we'll check on O'Connor's statistics here in a minute. See if she's. Well, we won't do that with Centerville. We just got her on the outside. Curveball to the outside. Nice pitch. So after the first 2 runners get on for Centerville, McClellan tightens up, gets them out 1, 2, 3 after that, and we'll head to a break, 0-0.
You're not gonna get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
All right, so Milford battles out of the top of the first. They're coming to the plate here in the bottom of the first. Pitching for Centerville is freshman Caitlin Belcher. So as we mentioned earlier, Haley Arnold was a first-team All-State pitcher, very good pitcher for Centerville last year. She graduated. She's playing at Stetson now down in Florida, having a good freshman season down there, and then they bring in a freshman. So Wendell starting with a young pitcher here, and our first game of this Reds Future Showcase today. Let's see how she stacks up against Milford, who is also a young team, as we talked about. And I feel like if you're looking at Milford in the past, they've always had good teams. They always manage to come up. So to see them have this young of a team, again, it's pretty certain they're going to be around here for a few
Not
years.
many seniors in the lineup today, right?
Yeah, I don't see a senior on their roster. There's one. Nope, I do not see a senior on their roster. So that's pretty amazing for a high school to not have any seniors on their roster.
That was a pretty good for a freshman.
Yeah.
Centerville made that nice run in the playoffs last year where Arnold got him to the regional final game and versus Fairfield and had a great pitching matchup versus Megan Spence in Fairfield.
Yeah.
I think it was a 2-1 final.
Yeah, Megan Spence versus Haley Arnold. That was good. A little surprising to me because Haley, I was just talking to Coach Muff about that. Against Mason, the ump was consistent and gave her the outside pitch over on the past the river on the outside, and he kept calling it. And she kept going there.
Balls,
so
yeah.
that's what you should do as a pitcher. If he's giving it to you, take it. Oh. She went into the box there a little too far on the batter there. So
Number 26, right fielder.
that was the leadoff hitter for that's Lainey McCoy. Come back and look at that just to see what where she got her here. Okay, got
around
her
the back.
No, that's not a good spot to get hit, but
Let's see if Milford, see what the speed looks like. Maybe they play a little small ball here early often.
we're going to find out here. I'm going to guess.
There's a square to bunt.
Lainey McCoy, the leadoff hitter there, was she was a first team. She's a two-time first team all-conference player in the Eastern Cincinnati Conference. So
She's a tough conference.
She's also a junior. So two-time first teamers there, and Megan McClellan and Lainey McCoy. The funny thing is, McClellan's batting fourth, and she's also leading the Eastern Cincinnati Conference in all the pitching stats. Earned run average, wins, strikeouts. So
Not a bad player to have on your roster when you got that combination.
and she's only a junior.
Sounds like Alicia Fox.
Yes, that's right. And we'll get to Alicia in game 2 today as Mason takes on Lebanon.
Hitter goes down 1-2 here. 2 failed bunt attempts. See if she can put it in play and move a runner over.
McCoy's the leadoff hitter. She's at 308. We have Kincaid coming up to the plate here. Kincaid's batting 227.
What do you think about that, Dave? That shortstop leaves that wide open on the 5-6, protecting that steal there.
Well, let's see where they pitch her. If they keep her outside and force it over that way, because the shortstop is tied on second. Oop, and she
Came
goes
in there.
inside. Struck her out looking. For a freshman, his Belcher looks pretty good. You'll see here the strike 3.
Number 2,
On the inside corner.
Yep, looks like a screwball. Inside corner, so good for the freshman coming out here getting a strikeout with the second batter of the game. Both teams get their leadoff hitter on, and they're going to make their pitchers fight for it and come back.
Double play ball. Right to where she was standing.
Yeah. See, Andy, that's I told you. Pitcher just has to pitch it to the right spot. It doesn't matter where the players play. So hit to the shortstop, on to second base for the force out. 2 outs.
She might have been able to take that one on her own.
Yeah.
Maybe not. She was a little further away.
Yeah, she was. I'm still a little surprised they didn't get a crack at the double play. I believe that's Atkins over at second base. That's what I saw her play in the summer.
Atkins, yeah, that's correct.
Shortstop is Natalie Carr. She's a leadoff hitter.
Where's Atkins in the summer? Where's she playing?
She plays for the Outlaws, Tim Shepard's team.
Okay.
Went out and did some scouting with my daughter last summer, and she was on the field of one of the games we were watching.
I'll tell you, that wind's kicking out there. Looks like it's going a little straight in, maybe a little left to right.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier. And obviously, my daughter being a pitcher here at Mason many years ago, the wind blowing in was always a positive thing. There's no doubt about that.
Almost got her cameraman down there. He was not phased.
Caden on the camera down there, not flinching at the foul balls. Good for him. I don't know if Caden can hear us. You can give us a wave, Caden. We're up here. He can hear us. Appreciate all our volunteers and people helping out with the ICRC today, bringing this telecast.
Game 1 of 2 today.
Let's go!
Belcher just misses on the outside. It looked pretty good.
It did from here.
Umps lined up on the inside corner, but he has a better angle than I have. Yeah. Not going to give him a hard time for that one.
Let's see if they get runners in motion here, 2-2.
Throw down
Got
to
it.
second. Oh, that's sweet. Hopefully we can get a replay on that. Good throw down by the catcher. She paused a second. Here we go. Let's look at throw down to second. Okay.
It was pretty close.
It was close. That takes it third out. After one inning, we have Centerville 0 and Milford 0. We'll be back for the second inning after this message.
People couldn't see my potential, so I had to show them.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
Today, I'm the CEO of my own company.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
Why are we not rethinking this?
I am more.
I'm more
than who I am on paper.
All right, our first item of business is a presentation, which is a swearing in of a new officer.
A freeze-on mayor with Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus.
Merry Christmas. Himself inside the 10. Touchdown, Marymount! From the top of the key, Anna Habra ties the score.
Okay, we're back here at the top of the second inning. We have Lily Hoff, the first baseman, leading off for Centerville. McClellan's on the mound, ready to serve.
I think looking back at that replay, she looked like she made it in there, didn't she?
It looked that way to me. We're kind of a long way away from that, though. And even on the TV, we have 0-1. Here's the one thing I noticed about foul ball 0-2. The one thing I'm noticing about McClellan, her ball is moving for sure. That was a rise ball there. And first pitch curve ball, she definitely has some movement. She's doing. I've seen her pitch a few years ago in the summer. Faced off against a team I was coaching at the time. She was good then, and she seems to be better now. 0-2 pitch outside. I think it looks like it's a given here on 0-2. It's not going to be anywhere near the plate.
They're going to keep working off that plate if they keep getting those calls. Good crowd here today.
So if you're looking at the TV, you can see we're at Mason High School with the big M on the field, the turf infield, and one of the, if not the best high school facilities in the state of Ohio. So it's great to play here, get the games in with the turf, get right field under control.
That's coming right back to us.
I'm taunting the head coach over here, talking about right field. She's going to come over and get me here in a minute.
I don't see the mud spots anymore, Dave.
I want to shout out to the Booster president this year, too, for getting a bullpen out in right field for the visitors. That guy, he must be something else.
Full count here.
Hoff battling back.
Nice pitch.
Battling back from a 0-2 and gets the walk, so a good at bat for Hoff.
Looks like she just missed on that full count pitch.
Number 20, right fielder.
Catcher's asking, was it down or in?
Usually from the booth, it's a little harder to see up and down.
We have that angle. I always remember, like, when I don't want to know what the ump's calling, I sit off to an angle because you can never argue inside out. Some people think they can. 1-0 count. We have Olivia Castle. This is Olivia, senior, one of a few seniors on the Centerville team.
I'll tell you, McCullen's got some good zip on her ball. She's
looking good out there. Castle was a 3-year starter, so this is a good battle.
Good matchup.
Bowen, 3-year starter. We'll see what happens here. They're getting runners on base here. We'll say that. Centerville and Milford, but I think this is going to be a low-scoring game.
Yeah, I agree.
And Belcher looks pretty good to start the game too. I like that out of a pitcher, McClellan. Not afraid to go inside. Batters getting up there, getting their hands over the plate, and they're going right at him.
She might hit a few. Nice. Battle back to full count.
So the last batter starts out 0-2, battles back for a walk. This pitcher was down, what, 3-0, 3-1? Battling back here to a full count.
Oh,
that's tough zone right there.
Kind of a no man's land.
That is. That look when the second baseman's playing back, which he was, and then that blooper right over the pitcher. Look at it right here. It's tough to make this play.
Oh, she got jammed bad. A shortstop coming over to make that play. We're at the 8 hole now.
Yeah, so once again, first and second batter of the inning get on for Centerville.
They get through 8-9 and flip the lineup back over. They might be in business here in the second.
So we have Blair Stillwell here batting. I see looks like she's a senior as well. I'm sorry, she's a junior. She has a sister that's a senior on the team.
Stillwell in the DP today? So she might be in the DP position.
She's the DP. She is hitting today for, looks like the center fielder, Jenna Kirkpatrick. And I know Kirkpatrick's coming back from a serious injury.
I mean, McClellan just reared back and said, here you go. See if you can hit it. 3 in a row.
Yeah.
So 9 hole here. Can flip the lineup over.
Have the 9 hole hitter trying to get back up the car. Again, this just kind of shows the toughness when you see a pitcher. It's tough when you get the first 2 runners on in any inning because anything can happen. Looks like they're going to go a little small ball. Uh-oh,
got her.
She's out.
Nice throw down by the catcher there. She's got to be heads up down there.
Just taking a look at that pickoff down at second.
She didn't even make it back for the bag before she got that tag down. That was, yeah.
Stumbled on that turf. Turf monster got her. Jess Roberts, the catcher for Milford, making a good play there. Accurate throw down there. Shortstop making the play, tagging the runner out. So again, McClellan battling back. First 2 runners on, now 2 outs and a runner on first. Nice pitch there on the outside corner. One-two count for McClellan. Taking the sign, spinning the ball.
Nice pitch.
Oh. Okay, well, we had the play down there at third base. I think she stood up a little straight on that one.
A lot of these teams aren't practicing on turf during the week, so this is their first shot at it. That was a good hard hit ball, though.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Franklin put good contact on that.
Yeah, if you're not playing on the turf all the time, it's a different feel. You get a true hop, you get used to the dirt.
Let's see if Carr can do some damage here.
Charlie Johnson, the sophomore third baseman there. Getting a big hop off the turf, but 2 outs, McClellan.
My guess is even before the pick there, she probably would be able to knock that down and get the force at 3.
Yeah.
So it's probably no damage. Good pitch by McClellan, getting up 0-2.
Yeah, Natalie Carr again, the leadoff hitter here. We'll see if it holds true if she stays away from the plate. Yeah,
there she's
nowhere near it there. Last time she did that, she went inside. So let's see what she does. Rise ball inside. See if she has trends here.
Yes, she did.
Carr got a hold of that
she
one too.
Did.
That was pretty far foul. How to play down the left field side, but it was deep up in the football stadium. Probably wouldn't call that a pitch again if I'm calling pitches. But I bet she goes outside on a curveball. Let's see.
Catcher setting up away. Oh. It's coming right back at us there.
Like a ball that made it out to the street.
Love to see Mason out there. So no warm-ups for the next game. out beyond the outfield fence there.
I see him out there.
Nice pitch.
Again,
She's working in and out really well.
she is. Her ball's moving too. 2 great games today. We have the Centerville, Milford, and again, as Andy mentioned, followed by Mason and Lebanon. And Mason Lebanon is a rivalry that goes back quite a few years. Always teams looking to go to state, and they've had some great matchups in the past. Get into that more in the second game, but another good game to follow this good game up here. Reds Futures did well today by getting Milford, Centerville, Mason, and Lebanon. That's a pretty good lineup for the Reds Futures showcase.
Just got underneath that.
This could be trouble. Oh, it was trouble. So first of all, the runners got caught looking at the fly ball because they could have scored on that.
Should have scored 2 there. Yeah, absolutely.
But a high fly, and I felt like you saw the shortstop and left fielder. Shortstop was not backing off.
And they're
left
playing
fielder.
pretty deep out there. I mean, we mentioned that earlier where left and center were playing pretty deep, and that wind's pulling it back in towards the field.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, just made it a little bit tougher.
Yeah, that flag, if we look at that flag's blown pretty stiff from straight in a little bit toward
first base,
yeah.
Centerville could do some more damage here. Base hit scores 2.
So that's going to be an unearned run there. We had a couple errors here, and I feel like McClellan's been doing her job on the mound, and I'm sure Christy Gregory's going to want her defense to pick it up a little bit as this game goes on. It's always great to have a good pitcher, but regardless of how good they are, you still have to play defense.
Yeah, still play defense, yeah.
That's a nice pitch. It's a nice, quick, late movement on it. Hitting the outside part of the plate. That's one thing that no matter how hard you throw, if you throw it over the middle, people are going to hit it. But she's definitely staying away from the middle of the plate. There's another one right there. She tried to pull an outside pitch. Shortstop grabs it on the first. So
they battle back.
Couple errors by the Milford defense that inning. McClellan's still pitching well, but the result of the last drop fly ball is a run for Centerville, and after 1.5, Centerville 1, Milford nothing.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
All right, heading back to the bottom of the second here. Caitlin Belcher on the mound for Centerville. Coming up to bat for Milford in the inning, we have, let's see here, who do we have coming up here? I'll get her number there. I believe this could be
the second for Milford, the pitcher, number 22, Megan McClellan.
Megan McClellan, 22, coming to the plate. 4-hitter for Milford.
See if she can help herself back here.
Yes, she's going to need to help herself here. I feel like she's pitching very well. I like the way her ball moves, and she's got a little zip on it. Back and forth. Like you said, Andy, this is the kind of player you want on your team, right? Somebody can pitch and hit.
Starting pitcher hitting cleanup. Not a bad combo.
That doesn't happen very often, but I think we may see that in the second game too, right?
We will.
Okay. Alicia Fox had mentioned her
Down in the hole. She's gone down early 0-2. Good-looking swings, though.
Good-looking swings, and I'm telling you, this freshman pitcher, she'll be something to deal with here as she develops over the next few years for Centerville. And they have another Haley Arnold in the making here from Centerville. A little different style of pitcher than Haley, but looking good nonetheless. as we'll have in the second game, two good coaches here in this game. Christy Gregory and Wendell Hutchinson both been around
long time.
Softball for a long time.
Oh, wow. Got in on a Hanson.
Seen it all, know what they're doing.
That was a nice pitch there.
So McClellan grounds out to the third baseman.
Number 4, second baseman,
Ella Stein, second baseman. 5-hole hitter. As you're watching this game, Andy, what are you seeing in terms of strengths for each of these teams, or that you know of, compared to what we may see in game 2?
Well, I was just looking at the scoreboard there where I saw 3 errors already for Milford early in. But only Centerville only able to capitalize with 1 run. So, I mean, give credit for McClellan there to battle through that. But like you said earlier, it's probably going to be a low-scoring game here between these two.
Fouled off, 1-1 count here. I like to see that in the picture, though, because if you watch McClellan, her body language, it's not bad. She's staying positive, battling through some of the adversity she's facing. Still
Nice
pitching
pitch.
well. That's a nice pitch. I see that pitch, and I'd want it. Catcher's indicating it was down. If I was to make a little advice here, the catcher, a little too much arm movement on that frame there, and could have positioned a little more with the glove.
Nice pitch. She's working inside really well. She's moving it in and out. Getting it off the hands a little bit on some of these Milford hitters.
Yeah. If you work it in and out, you get them confused on where to go with their hands. You can definitely get them off balance. That leading to foul balls like that and not getting the bat squared up with the ball. It's exactly what she wants to do.
Same pitch. I'll tell you what, I'm really impressed with her being a freshman coming through for this Milford lineup so far. She's really got them off balance a little bit.
Yes, she does. Stein was batting .318. We got Hannah Parks coming up batting .350. But you mentioned the movement of the pitches. The last 2 batters, she jammed them up inside, and those were 2 kind of jam slow rollers to the third baseman.
Yeah.
As opposed to, if we think back to the last inning, that was a pretty hot shot that bounced up to the third baseman, even though she stood up. Probably should have made the play, but 2 different looks. Squaring up a ball and not squaring up a ball. Okay. So I'm sitting here looking. It's a good pitch. 0-1 pitch. Looks like it must have missed down.
Must have missed down, yeah. Likes it out. Doesn't like it down.
No. I noticed some movement from Belcher's ball, too. Looks like she's throwing a screwball, but that last one dropped. A nice little drop action on it. I'm not sure about this Belcher. Have you seen her in any summer travel ball?
I have not.
Atkins on to first. 3rd out of the inning. So a good inning from Caitlin Belcher pitching. As Andy mentioned, she's mixing it up, jamming them up. That was not a solid hit. And the 3 up, 3 down, we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Centerville leads 1-0.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's up?
Do we have a gun?
All right, we're back to the top of the third, and Chase Atkins leading off for Centerville. McClellan breaks it off, looks like maybe a backdoor curve in there for a strike. 0-1's the count on Atkins.
Dave, Caitlin, pitcher for Centerville, is a 2010 who plays for Wendell Hutchinson's Miami Valley Express national team.
Okay. All right, so we have a situation there. Atkins grounds out to the shortstop or third baseman. Caught me there.
Number 21, pitcher, Caitlin Belcher.
Talking about Caitlin Belcher, the pitcher up to the plate here, plays for her high school coach's summer national team. So, again, Wendell's had some great summer teams. He's had players that he's developed, and a lot of Division I players and players have gone to other colleges. Not that Division I is the only way to go, but he's had quite a few of them and some really good teams over the years. He was formerly with the Ohio Hawks, moved on to take over and run the Miami Valley Express organization.
Power, a little bit of power at the plate there. Give her credit, too, as a 2010. She's currently playing 14U softball pitching here against Miss Milford team.
That's right. Yeah.
14U travel ball.
And facing a pitcher here that's one of the better pitchers in the area as a junior.
Cincinnati.com had her as the #1 ranked preseason pitcher in Southwest Ohio, Northern Kentucky.
No, we both let this slip through. Both pitchers are the 4-hole hitters today. And this one's a freshman. And Wendell is a hitting coach, so it doesn't surprise me. I'd be almost certain that she goes to Wendell for hitting lessons. And Wendell has developed some nice power hitters over the years. Got several of them here at Mason that Wendell coached.
Going right at her. Nice pitch.
Just missing on the outside.
Good discipline there on that 2-strike.
That is. She's impressive on the mound at the plate. Yeah. We'll probably hear her name for a few years here. Anxious to see how she gets up to her junior, senior year where she ends up. Another outside pitch by McClellan. She works that outside really well. It's not on the plate. It's about, looks to me like about a half ball on, half ball off at best. So it's where you want your pitchers throwing it, and it's also nice to see a freshman battling out there.
Be anxious to see if she comes inside on this power right here. She's up.
She did jam her up a little bit. I don't think that was as inside maybe as she wanted it, but she did jam her up. It's a good battle here.
Belcher's battling.
Yeah, both pitchers going at it at the plate and when they're on the mound. So I like to see this. We'll keep an eye on this for the rest of the game and see how this plays out. There's a nice shot right at the right field. A line drive from Belcher. Good at bat.
Great at bat. Quab. It's a quab.
Quality at bat. That's a very underrated stat. Okay, we have Hannah O'Connor coming to the plate here, third baseman for Centerville. 29. Cullen leads off for ball 1. I always get caught up on watching how the pitcher kind of carries herself, and she looks confident out there.
She does.
She's not. I mean, she's had some.
Her body language is very good.
Yeah, you mentioned the 3 errors, and that hasn't set her back. And I like the movement on her ball. You know, this really should be a 0-0 game.
It really should.
Nice shot there. Yeah, that was a nice hit. That one dropped.
Cut it off.
Good grab by the center fielder to keep that from being a double. That actually, I think, should have been a double. But that's 2 line drive hits there back to back. So we'll have to pay attention to that.
Number 13, first baseman,
Belcher hit a hard line drive to the right fielder, and that one there looked like it kind of tailed in, headed out towards center, tailed in, dropped in. The center fielder made a nice grab to pick it up, throw it in, and keep the runner at first base. Lily Hoff, the first baseman, at the plate. Ball gets past the catcher, and O'Connor heads down to second. Little different situation here. And we get 2 outs now, right? And got the runner on. They've gotten the first 2 runners on in each of the previous
They
innings.
did.
So
Have runners in scoring position now every inning.
that's a nice pitch. Must have been a little bit outside. I'm watching the TV screen here and just looking at McClellan's face, and it's like, no, she's not even phased. I'm sure she probably wanted that call to strike.
Oh, that's
another
hard hit
line
down there.
drive.
He's got some hitters.
Yeah, a little. Well, I think that's, again, we talked about that's Wendell's expertise is hitting, so it looks like it's rubbing off on the players. Lily Hoff.
Number 20, right fielder, Olivia Castle.
Lily's a sophomore, so some youth there in the middle of that order for Wendell. Comes back, moving to the inside here. Probably gonna have to switch things up a little bit here. That was another line drive, so we've had 3 hard line shots this inning.
I think she's making sure she's not getting that throwback down at second there.
I just caught the end of that. I was looking at the screen. That looked like I'm not seeing a ton of change-ups coming from McClellan, but I believe that may have been one.
She's up early in the count. Nice pitch there. Way to come back.
Yeah, good pitch.
She's battling, really.
Yeah, she is down 2-0. So they get it, Centerville gets another run in the top of the 3rd, and we will head to the bottom of the 3rd with the Centerville Elks leading Milford 2-0.
All right, our first item of business is a presentation, which is a swearing in of a new officer.
A Freeze-On Mare with Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus.
Merry Christmas. Himself inside the 10. Touchdown, Merrimont. From the top of the key, Anna Habra ties the score.
People couldn't see my potential, so I had to show them.
I've run this place for 20 years, but I still need to prove that I'm more than what you see on paper.
Today, I'm the CEO of my own company.
It's the way my mind works. I have a very mechanical brain.
Why are we not rethinking this?
I am more.
I'm more
than who I am on paper.
All right, we're back here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Centerville up 2-0. And Charlie Johnson, the 3rd baseman, up to bat for Milford, number 30. We were just talking here, Andy and I, that have a no-hitter going here in the bottom of the 3rd. Milford has yet to get their first hit. We're talking pretty highly about Belcher. I guess that's another statistic that shows she's pitching pretty well.
Were you allowed to say that on the air even, too?
Yeah. Well,
No,
so
yeah.
I'm not related to the program. It's one of the cardinal rules of softball. You don't talk about it when the pitcher has a no-hitter, but I was at...
That's only if the pitcher's your daughter. You can't talk about
That's
it.
right.
Yeah.
See, I was at a game when Ellie was pitching the no-hitter, and it was up at Purdue Fort Wayne, and I wouldn't say it, and everybody knew it. They wouldn't talk to me about it. I definitely wasn't going to say it. I walked down, and my father-in-law goes, he was 90. He goes, "Hey, Dave, you know Ellie's pitching a no-hitter?" I'm like, "You can't say that. That's illegal." She did hang on and got it.
I was going to ask, did she finish it out?
I think when you're over 90, you're allowed to say whatever you want.
And sit wherever you want, right? Yeah.
That's true, too. Belcher up 1-2 in the count. Strikes her out swinging. Continues the dominance over Milford hitting right now. Again, just keep talking about the freshman. As long as she's pitching like this, we'll keep talking about it. Pitching well.
We were talking about that. My dad was at a game one time in the summer, and he was just sitting underneath the tent where the college coaches are supposed to sit. He said, "Well, I thought it was for the older people to sit here, so get out of the sun."
And I'm sure nobody was going to say anything to him about it.
Belcher's really impressive here.
Christine Brule, the sophomore, part of this young Milford lineup. And we'll give credit to that here. Milford is young. Coach Gregory admitted that in our little pregame email that she has a young team, and young team with a good record. We didn't talk about get a chance to talk about any of the records. Swing and miss there. But Milford 5-1 in their league, 6-3 overall. So behind Kings and Lebanon.
2 really good programs in that league.
Centerville's not got as many games in this year. I don't partly due to the weather, I guess. I'm not sure, but they're 1-0 in their conference and 2-3 overall.
5 games in.
Yeah. They played a couple nice teams yesterday, though. I noticed this. They played Kenton Ridge, which they're up in the Springfield area. Kenton Ridge has a really good team.
Very good.
A lot of nice young players on that team, too. I know, being from Springfield, I know some of the parents of the players on there. And I look forward to that team, and I think if they're going to be Division II or III this year, I'm not sure. And they'll definitely be competing for a state title, so that's a good game for Centerville to get in. And then I also saw where they beat Gahanna Lincoln 9-2.
Oh, wow. Nice pitch there. Can't say it enough. I'm just really impressed by this girl. She is really throwing well.
Yeah. Wish I could get some of the stats. Centerville hadn't posted any of their stats on this pitch, so it's tough. Strikeout swing and then a strikeout looking right there. 2 Ks in the inning for Belcher. Brings up Maddie Varner. Freshman here, Maddie Varner, and Coach Gregory said this is a player to watch out for. I think she has a lot of potential, a high ceiling.
Maddie's a center fielder. Know her from the travel world. She's a Doom player.
Okay. See on the screen, 261, 469 on base, so she knows how to draw a walk or hit by pitches, one or the other. Scored 12 runs with 9 RBI, so a productive freshman in the lineup. Belcher working that inside again. Called strike by the ump.
They get her down that 9-hole and really do a good job flipping that lineup back over.
Ball to right field. Field camps under it.
That's been the hardest hit ball so far that we've seen off McClellan. Or not off McClellan, I'm sorry. Cable.
So the Eagles go down 1-2-3. We're going to head to the top of the 4th. Centerville leading 2-0.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff.
Mama!
Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's up?
Do we have a gun?
Okay, we're top of the 4th inning. McClellan back on the mound for.
Laying on the top of the 4th for Centerville, designated player number 25.
Did we have a pitching change here, Dave?
We did. This is Christine Rule coming into pitch, so looks like McClellan.
Just to give him a different look potentially here?
Maybe so. Centerville had a few line drives last inning, so maybe they're mixing it up. So we'll get a little statistics on.
I hope it's nothing else. I hope she's okay. Yeah. That it wasn't something.
Yeah, we'll see her stats on the screen. 10 innings pitched. Megan McClellan had close to 50 innings pitched. So
she moved to third base, Dave. No, just.
Okay. No, that's the same third baseman. So she's down there. Number 30 is.
She's
Charlie.
at first base. I apologize.
First base, okay.
Yeah.
I would say she did look like there was any injury there. I would say they're just mixing it up,
Yeah.
giving a little different look.
I didn't see her move over to first, so it's at least good just to, well, probably trying to keep her fresh. My guess is they're going right back into conference on Monday.
Yeah. And they had Blair Stillwell. She gets her, makes Wendell look like he knows what he's doing there. Hop up to the second baseman by Stillwell, the DP, designated player. Morgan Franklin, left fielder, coming up to the plate now, number 3. But again, looking at Christine Rule, she's pitched 10 innings, 1 win, no losses, 11 strikeouts in 10 innings. So I'm sure Coach Gregory feels comfortable putting her in there. And again, these are the games in the year that, when you're playing the competition, playing the higher competition, you're trying to get better. You're not going to get to the state championship game by making sure you win these games. You're trying to develop your players in these non-conference games, win your conference for the girls, and get to the playoffs and win then. Ooh, okay,
knee buckler there.
I think we see why they brought her in right there. We were talking earlier. Yeah, we were talking earlier about how McClellan didn't throw a lot of changeups. Nothing wrong with that, but look at this changeup right there.
That is nice. Throw it again. Ooh.
Oh, he did.
Well, and they're back to the top here, so they probably didn't want them to see McClellan a 3rd time through the order, just to give them a little change. So I wouldn't be surprised if we maybe see her later.
Yeah, come back in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Ends up walking her. That second changeup, I was a little surprised they didn't call that one. It looked very similar.
It did.
But, again, when you're up in the booth here, just to be fair, I'm always going to make a comment if I think it looks like a strike, and I do, but you don't get the angle on the inside or outside corner because we're slightly angled, and then definitely can't tell high and low from here other than guessing where the catcher's moving their glove.
3rd changeup in a row for her.
Yeah, there's no doubt they brought her in to throw that changeup and just get the hitters off balance.
So you see that slower than the hitters trying to make adjustment. Maybe a 6-4-3 here coming up.
Yeah. Yeah. She has a little zip when she wants to throw it too, so it's nice if you're Gregory to have a Rule, Christine Rule in the background there, be able to come in and mix things up. The thing I've always found with the changeup pitchers is they can come in and really throw your timing off, get you for a few innings, but after people settle in and start to sit back and wait on it, then you have to move on. But you still need that pitcher on your team to come in and make that happen.
It's typically they don't pitch the 2nd time through the lineup. Typically. That'd just be me, Dave. I just still feel like with the wind blowing in, their outfield's just deep.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think that what's caused that fly ball in the 2nd inning there for that 1st run of the game, where the left fielder just had to trek for a while to get into it.
A lot of people like to take that strategy of playing deep. I believe, like, let's give them that 5-10 feet back there, and if they can drop it in there, hey, go ahead. But there'll be more balls that you can get to. You should be able to cover that ground. They had plenty of time on a fly ball hit that far.
There it was.
Strikes are out looking. 2 outs.
That is a floater.
And it is. We had a pitcher. We're going to take a look at this again, and it just freezes. It freezes, and she knew it. That was leadoff hitter for Centerville too. Riley Bacon, good hitter, catcher for. She does catch. I don't think she catches today.
2 outs. Oh, gotta get there.
Yep. Grounded on the 1st. We'll talk about the changeup when we get back. So. Bring on Christine Rule for Milford. She shuts them down, heading to the bottom of the 4th. The Eagles still trailing 2-0.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff. Like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
All right, I'm in the house.
Okay, what do you see?
Nothing yet. Hold on, I think I just heard something. I'm heading upstairs.
Okay, I am almost there.
I'm in the bedroom.
Okay.
Oh shit, it's not here.
What?
The gun's not here.
What do you mean? Where is it?
Cameron, are you in there? Open the door. Cam, come on, Cameron.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
All right, we're at the bottom of the fourth, and Laney McCoy, a two-time first-team all-conference player, leads it off for Milford. Milford's still looking for their first hit. We're sitting here, Andy and I were talking about this last inning, that they had no hits, and we see that Centerville had 4. We may have been looking on Centerville's game changer, and it said they had 7, but we both like to point out that there were 3 errors in this game.
And Belcher pitched, no walks.
Got a hold of that one. That's going back, and she can't get to it. Oh, right fielder's down. McCoy on to third, leadoff triple. The first hit is a big one for the Milford Eagles, Andy. They needed that.
They did need that.
And they get it from their junior leader. They don't have any seniors on the team, and they're led by 2 juniors, Laney McCoy and Megan McClellan.
I tell you, if that wind's not blowing left or right, I think that ball's probably gone.
You might be right. Right fielder gave it a good effort.
Great effort.
Just couldn't get to it. Lead-off triple. That'll give some energy, and then that's the first adversity that the Centerville pitchers had to face, the freshman here.
I think she tweaked her back a little bit on that. She's kind of coming up, holding her back.
Yeah, she did lay there for a second, so.
She had a beat on it. I thought she made that dive for it. I thought she was going to come up with it for a second, but man, that ball was driven. That's much needed from Milford.
Yeah, Olivia Castle out there in right, and I was going to say the trainer's out there, but I think that's Wendell's daughter, another Coach Hutchinson on the field. Wendell's definitely a softball family. Had 2 daughters that were really good softball players at Lebanon.
Seems to be okay.
Yep. Give her a hand. Tough ball. She did go after it, and she was tracking it at the right angle, and that just barely went over her glove. Yeah. But I like the speed of McCoy getting around the bases, too.
Let's see if Milford can do some damage here, get 2 of these back.
And give Centerville credit. If the center fielder wasn't over there following and backing up, I think McCoy would have been inside the park home run.
I think the second time through the order from Milford, they've got their timing a little bit better.
Yeah, it looks that way now. I mean, that's
versus Belcher. At least these first 2 hitters now.
Yeah. Paige Kincaid, another freshman, batting here for that 227. Belcher delivers just outside. I hate to keep saying this when I'm sitting here at my angle. I really like that pitch. It looks like it crossed the corner, but it's probably a little bit off. He's being, I'll say the umpire's being consistent just to make sure it's not coming across as negative.
Nice pitch there.
So think about that, just what we're talking about.
Yeah.
The pitchers, she barely misses on the outside, then nails the inside corner. They're staying off that red. I didn't really pay attention on the triple if it was over the middle of the plate or not.
She's kind of got it on the outer half.
Okay.
Hitter did a really good job going that way with it. That looked like a similar pitch to the last one.
It's good.
And if you look here, the batter's hands are out over the plate. They're catching the corner of the plate. That's why.
See if she still keeps coming in on her. Yep. Nice pitch.
She did. You gotta like that.
Whatever fan that was that threw the ball back did a really good job.
Yeah, let's look and see if we can tell who that is. I
don't know who it was.
It wasn't one of your daughters.
No.
2-2 pitch from Belcher.
Going back out away. She's battling this freshman. She said freshman, right?
Freshman.
Nice swing.
Paige Kincaid. That ball was a little up in the zone. Like the pitch from it on 2-2 there. Get it up and make the batting right. But she's battling in there. She's making contact, keeping herself in the at-bat. Easy to pop up to the first baseman in foul territory. 1 out. When you have that runner on third with nobody out, it just seems like those things happen. You feel like all I need is a grounder on the right side, or all I need is a fly ball in the outfield, and it doesn't come that easy.
Yeah, it's much easier said than done, right?
Especially when you
go ask Paige. I mean, she's probably, especially when you got Belcher pitching the way she's doing, in and out, and a little bit of velo too.
Jess Roberts, the sophomore catcher here, had a nice pickoff down at second base earlier in the game. I feel like Belcher she looks more advanced than a freshman.
Yeah.
There's your fly ball.
That should be deep enough.
To the right fielder, she makes the play. The tag, the runner does tag. Oh.
Bounced up and hit McClellan in the helmet there off the turn.
So Jess Roberts gets the job done. Sacrifice fly to right field, scoring McCoy after her leadoff triple. Here's the look here.
The first baseman, number 22, Megan McClellan.
Bounced up. That's how you do it.
Got back within 1.
2-1 game. They're on the board with their first hit and their first run. Oh, little pop up there. Catcher took off to the right. Check this out. See who our catcher is there for Centerville as we're looking. It is Riley. Bacon in there now catching. Had the chance to watch her in the summer a few times before. She's definitely a power hitter, a good solid catcher. She also comes with a lot of enthusiasm for the game.
Let's see if Belcher can put it away right here, get through this inning.
So Belcher, freshman starter for Centerville, she's still in there. McClellan starter for Milford, and then they brought in the relief pitcher Christine Rule last inning.
Center fielder's not playing her to pull at all.
Yeah, they're definitely playing their outfield a little differently than Milford was. She was just in, she backed up a little bit, but I would still say from the standpoint, that left fielder seems deep.
Yeah.
With the flag blown the way it is. That is a nice hit ball right there. Off the bottom of the fence.
She better hustle in. Got it. No.
Safe? That's McClellan right there. We're talking about it. The pitcher.
It looked like she had a little hesitation coming around first. Didn't know. Well, let's see what we got here.
Do you look at the ball here? She drove that. That was a nice line drive hit off the bottom of the fence.
Good throw.
See that? She may not have tagged her. It's tough to tell from that angle there.
Up around her head, chest area.
So McClellan, she gets taken out of pitching, and she's going to say, okay, I'm going to do it with the bat then.
I think another one, Dave, if that wind's not blowing in, I think that one has a chance of being gone.
Atkins comes up, plays the tough bounce. Nice play, though. You can tell she plays at a high level, and Shep's team, the Outlaws, they play good competition. She's seen that play right there many times, maybe just not on turf. So the Eagles come up with the run. We're headed to the 5th inning, and Centerville leads 2-1.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
All right, I'm in the house.
Okay, what do you see?
Nothing yet. Hold on. I think I just heard something. I'm heading upstairs.
Okay, I am almost there.
I'm in the bedroom.
Okay.
Oh, shit. It's not here.
What?
The gun's not here.
What do you mean? Where is it?
Cam Cameron, are you in there? Open the door. Cam! Come on, Cameron.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school.
All right, we're here in the top of the fifth with Centerville batting. Chase Atkins, who made the last play for Centerville on defense, comes up and leads off in the fifth. Again, I've seen this Chase hit several times, and she has power. She hits for average, so let's see what she does here. She didn't like that one, but it looked like it was right down the middle.
She might want that one a do-over, right?
She's going to say, quit talking about me up there in the box. That's what she's going to say. My bad.
It'll be interesting to see what they do. Milford maybe can tie it or come back and take the lead if you then, once Centerville goes through the lineup, do they bring McClellan back in?
Yeah.
Just to change it up a little bit.
Well, after you've seen this change up, but hey, if they don't get on it, I wouldn't bring her out.
Like there, just
change up, got her, hit it off the handle, and right to the shortstop. 1 out. She's right here in the 3, 4, 5 this inning too. So if she gets through this, they're in a pretty good spot. I think you and I both agreed in between innings that Milford's not done yet either. I feel like you start to get a little momentum. It's going to be a tight game all the way to the end. Centerville's not done either. That changeup's amazing. I was going to say earlier, reminds me, I had a girl, Lainey Jones, that pitched for me, and back in the Hawks days, and she ended up pitching at Marshall, and she could throw in low to mid 60s as well, and so she had that ability. But her changeup would be just like that. It'd come out of her hand. Her motion looked the same as her fastball, or
42 miles an hour, right?
And this thing just went in there, and she froze so many people. It looked almost like that. So it's an effective pitch if you can throw it like that. I still feel if you overthrow it, people start to time it up. But she's mixing it up well today.
She is.
Her ball doesn't look bad when she's throwing other pitches as well. You know what? As I look at this, now that I think about this, we got the email from Coach Gregory. She was saying she had this girl's the freshman, right? She's a sophomore. Okay, I think she's pretty high on. Yeah, she's mentioned her as a young talent to pitcher. I'm guessing just because Megan McClellan, being a junior and being as good as she is, she's not getting the crack at #1 yet. But I think she's going to like having this pitcher here as well.
It's a good change of pace
nice
that
pitcher.
they've got, yeah.
I think
we got a courtesy running in.
31, yeah. 31 in the game running for Centerville. That's Ava Ponectera. Sophomore coming in to run.
Tell you, if Milford can maybe double up right here, that would really change the momentum and get them back in here hitting.
Mm-hmm. See, when you think of that changeup right there and you're waiting on that, then that pitch comes in on the outside with some zip on it like that, that's a big difference.
That's what you hear some of those, even high-level travel players. I said, well, sometimes they just struggle with that speed differential.
Mm-hmm. That used to drive me crazy, though, when they come in and say they're too slow, and then you face somebody, fast. Oh, they're really fast. Okay, what is it? I mean, you think somebody's going to come out and say, okay, can we throw the person that's just the right speed right down the middle for you? I mean, let's go up there and hit it. It's like Wendell and his daughter are making his players laugh out there, so that's a good sign. Hannah O'Connor, third baseman at the plate here. 1-0 count. Got everything figured out. I'm not sure what was happening there, but maybe the Coach Gregory calling the pitches didn't like what was being thrown. It's Tim Gregory calling pitches down there. Christie's the head coach. And yes, they are married. So that goes down the zone. That's another thing too, when you're maybe not as fast, you don't want to get that ball up in the zone where they can drive it. So she's keeping it low, mixing it up. In fact, I find out what summer team she plays for. Got your.
That's a fair ball.
And O'Connor down the line. Ponatera over to third. O'Connor down to second. Runners at second and third, 1 out. And look at this hard shot down the third baseline here. Nice swing.
Number 13, first baseman, Lily Hoff.
Lily Hoff, the first baseman, coming to the plate. Has a chance to extend the Elks' lead here. 1 out, runners on second and third.
Nice kick back there.
Uh-oh, ball gets by her.
Had a nice kick back from the screen there.
This might be the situation where, you know, you have a lesser experienced pitcher that, you know, maybe runners on, a little bit of adversity could change their mentality. Looking at her face there on the screen, and you can tell, I mean, she looks like she pretty, man, changeup is nice. She looks pretty confident out there.
She does.
Maybe not as confident as McClellan did. I'm not saying that to be a negative, but if you don't get as much action, I understand that.
Centerville gives Belcher a couple more runs here. The way she's been throwing, it might be enough.
Yeah.
Nice
They're
pitch to
going
bunt.
small ball for the run there. 3-1, Wendell.
Probably thinking the same thing, right? Give Belcher one more run potentially, a little bit of cushion. With
I think Wendell's listening to the game down there. He heard you say that, Andy.
9 outs to go.
Number 20, right fielder, Olivia Castle.
Now, I know Wendell. I'm pretty sure he doesn't care what you and I think about it. He's going to do what he wants to do. And I think he did the right thing.
She waited back on it. I mean, she's pitching well.
Yeah, she is. All right, line out to the first baseman. Ends the inning there. Centerville gets another run. Headed to the bottom of the 5th inning. Centerville 3 and Milford 1.
How you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason. Thank you.
A place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
Have you ever helped a fellow veteran?
Yes. I do my best reaching out to my brothers and sisters in arms.
Have you ever asked for help yourself?
Most of us, we're not gonna admit that we need to help.
You don't have someone to kind of help you guide those thoughts. It can be really bad.
It's just a beautiful space when someone can trust you and say, listen, I need help.
All right.
Number 20, Hannah Parks.
Hannah Parks up to bat, number 20. First pitch dealing for Belcher. Ground out, shortstop. 1 pitch, 1 out. If you're a pitcher and a coach, you always like that. 1 pitch, 1 out.
Yeah.
Again, we were talking there at the last inning. You know, Wendell goes and plays small ball to get that run, and putting them up 3-1 here with Belcher pitching as well as she is. I think that's a great move.
That was pitch 61 right there for Belcher too. So I mean, her pitch count's not high.
Yeah, it's not. That was Charlie Johnson, the third baseman there. Getting another hit for Milford. So they're up to 3 hits now. They're making it happen. I still agree with what we talked about earlier. I think Milford's got another runner.
Yeah.
Just run in them. It just depends on how many they have in them. I don't think they can give Milford too many more, or Centerville too many more runs. Now we have the pitcher, Christine Ruhlin, batting, runner on first, 1 out. Rule sophomore. You know, Milford had those 3 errors early. They've settled in. Centerville, you know, a fairly young team too. They have no errors, so it's been a pretty clean game after that first inning.
See if 8-9 can do something here and flip the lineup back over. Belcher doesn't want anything to do with it. She just says, I'm going to come right at you.
Yeah, Rule here, the sophomore, and Varner, the freshman, on deck. They could flip that around to McCoy, who had the triple last time. It could change the game.
Yeah. The way Belcher's pitching, it might be the last time at the top of the order. Nice bunt.
They might be playing for a run there, too.
Yeah. See if Varner can do some damage here with 2 outs.
I like that. I mean, Rule, sophomore pitcher. She, move the runner over. At least you get some productivity out of the at-bat. Base hit brings you in. Varner finds a way to get on, and then you have the leadoff hitter up there.
Varner had a nice shot out the right her first time up. She made really good, solid contact. See if she can do some damage here.
I like the small ball, though. I think, the small ball coaches would say don't bunt it right back to the pitcher.
I've seen some kids safe on those. There it is. Varner.
Oh,
nice catch.
Nice grab by Twin. She's had some action out there, so
Varner really made good, solid contact there. Put it right on it.
Yep, that's a nice grab out there in right field by Olivia Castle, which ends the inning. And this run-scoring threat for Milford. So we're going to go to the top of the 6th with Centerville leading 3-1.
Can't believe you're doing this alone.
I've done it before.
I remember. You threw your back out. How you holding up?
Hand me that board.
Nothing wrong with getting help.
I'm good.
I did it when Felicia left.
I'll figure it out.
I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone. That's all I'm saying.
If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence?
Now you need my help.
It can be a real pain sometimes, you know that?
Mm-hmm.
If you or a veteran you know needs support, don't wait. Reach out. Find resources at va.gov/reach.
All right, Centerville back at the plate here. Top of the 6th, leading 3-1. And Andy, we're talking, if they had another run or two, I mean,
this could be out of reach.
The way Belcher's going, Milford would need something spectacular to happen.
Fans look a little chilly down there, Dave. As we're nice and okay in the press box. That sun went away, it got a little chilly.
I don't think it affects the players. I always remember when they get out there on the field,
blood's pumping.
They move around, they feel good, but the fans don't like it. Mason coach won her 300th game last week, and I'm thankful I didn't have to sit in the cold weather to watch it. Blair Stillwell, the DP, batting for Centerville Hill. They're near the bottom of their order. Got 8, 9, and 1 coming up this inning. Rule still pitching for Milford. There's that changeup.
Traded back on it, just trouble. Going to take charge.
All right. Shortstop is in charge in the infield, right? I think second base and even shortstop had a crack at that.
Yeah.
Number 3, left hitter, Morgan Franklin.
Varner in center, freshman.
She just looks like a fast center fielder, doesn't she?
She goes and gets it.
Morgan Franklin up to bat. Going for the bunt there. Franklin is the left fielder. Yeah, I think this move to Rule paid off. I mean, it's been pretty effective so far. Need to get that run last inning, but
Milford be coming back with what 3-4 right in the middle of the order, right?
Yeah, it'll be right there.
Or top, sorry.
It'll be the top. Yeah, 9. We just finished with number 9. That's right.
Varner right line, put a poke into it. Nice play by the right fielder.
1, 2, 3. So I think Milford's going to have to take advantage of this bottom of the 6th. Nice pitch on the outside corner.
See if she comes back with a changeup here, 2-2. The floater.
Yeah, you give that ball there on the outside, then you throw that changeup right in the same spot. The batter's tough to time that one up. They just can't square it up, can
they? Can't. Got it out off the end of the bat.
Yeah, she was way out in front of that. 2 up, 2 down for Rule here in the top of the 6th.
I wonder if that's like baseball facing a knuckleball pitcher when you got a when you got a change up going like that. You just can't hold back, but it probably looks like a beach ball coming in.
Yeah, I mean, with the way everybody does their timing, when you get that much of a differential between your fast stuff and your change up, I mean, you're out on your front foot. It's tough to. And I would say that I don't see anything that's highly evident that she's giving away the pitch either.
No.
You know, watch her motion. It looks like she rushed that one a little bit, but that wasn't a change up. It's leadoff hitter now, Lecard. 2 down here. Top of the 6th.
She has a lot of confidence in that pitch to throw it 2-0, first strike.
Mm-hmm. 2-0 and 2-1. I see Tim Gregory down there calling pitches. He might just hold the change-up sign down there. You don't think so? A minute ago, it looked like he was. Full count now. Carr works it to a full count. 3-2 pitch.
Waited on it.
That's going to drop.
That was like a pitching wedge that she got in there. Put it right where she wanted it.
Nice at bat from Carr. Lead off. Expect that of your leadoff hitter. Make the pitcher throw some pitches. Get on base.
And catcher number 22, Riley Bacon.
Back to your QAB, right?
Yeah.
Eat up pitches and get on base.
Get on base and see if, gotta assume Carr's got some speed here. Try to get one more across here for Centerville.
Bacon's a good hitter also. She definitely doesn't want to make a mistake here.
Probably a good time to run here. Still leading off with a great hitter in the 7th if doesn't get in scoring position.
Yeah.
She's ahead in the count. Good hitters count right here.
2-0. Last 2-0 pitch was a changeup. Let's see what they do here.
See if we got any tendencies. Be a good one to run on. Throw a 2-0 changeup.
There it is.
There it is.
And it was smart to send the runner too.
Tendency 2-0.
Let's
get ahead of the count.
Carr down to second. Good runner in scoring position with 2 outs.
This would be a big hit for Centerville here to get another one plated across. Give them a 3-run cushion.
And she walked her. Bacon down to first. Carr on second. Brings up the 3-hitter, Chase Adkins. Talking about her all day being a hitter here. I feel like at some point it's going to happen. Little coming out to talk to the young. Looks like you're going to put a runner in for the catcher, Bacon.
For Centerville, number 17 is Holden running at first base. Holden running.
Did catch who the runner was there. Number 7, was it Holden?
7?
Yeah.
7.
Kate's Holden. Rule in a little bit of a tough situation here. First and second, 2 outs. Just missed the outside. I think I would have wanted the pitch.
Yeah.
1-0 delivery.
Got it.
Oh, the base ump calls safe, and the home plate ump, which I believe it's his call, calls her out. Here it is. It was a close play. I think the ump at home, the home ump, it's his call, and he had the best view. Let's look and see. She's out on the helmet.
Yep.
Good call. We'll take it to replay.
Good overview there.
Hey, good camera work out there, whoever's doing that, right on it. All right, that's the third out of the inning. They're talking about it. We're going to send it to break, and we'll come back if they change their mind.
You need some help?
Your tow chains are a little loose. Could spark a wildfire. I could show you how to secure them properly if you'd like.
Sure. Thanks a lot.
Anytime. You should check out SmokeyBear.com. They've got a bunch of tips on wildfire prevention.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
First item of business is a presentation, which is a swearing in of a new officer.
A freeze-on mayor with Mr. and Mrs. Santa Claus.
Merry Christmas. Brings it himself inside the 10. Touchdown, Marymount. From the top of the key, Anna Habra ties the score.
Okay, we're back here at the bottom of the sixth. They went back and talked about the play with one ump calling safe and one calling out. You can see clearly on the replay there that she was out. They made the right call, and the call of out was upheld. We're here at the bottom of the sixth now with Milford back. So that keeps the game tight, 3-1. Belcher's still on the mound for Centerville, pitching a good game. Freshman's been solid all day. Milford has a leadoff hitter up here as well. Lainey McCoy, who hit a triple her last at bat, led to the Eagles' only run of the game. It was the first hit of the game and their first and only run of the game. Belcher working the inside now. Belcher has a little zip on the ball, so it's, as a freshman, she's been dealing all day. Belcher takes the signal. It's been working inside too.
It's important for Milford to get this leadoff hitter on.
Yeah. Showed the replay to start the inning there. We're just talking how it keeps the game close, and Milford coming up with the top of the order. These are the games that you like to watch.
Yeah.
10-0, 12-0. That's the game. I'm a pitcher's dad. I want 2-1, 3-2, 1-0. Whatever to nothing is okay if my daughter.
One or two plays really determines the outcome, right? Defense has got to step up.
Got her to pop up. So McCoy had the triple last time. Pops up to the shortstop. Natalie Carr in this inning, and one out.
Number 26, right fielder, Paige Kincaid.
Freshman Kincaid back.
And we just keep saying that with Milford. It's freshman, sophomore. A junior, 2 juniors. You know, you look at their team, they have the 2 juniors. Everybody else is a freshman and a sophomore. That's impressive.
Yeah, what I was saying, next year when you got McClellan even coming back, you got one more year, and then all these younger kids get a year under their belt.
Nice play off the turf there by the third baseman. It is Charlie. That's Milford's here. Who do we have here? Let's check it. Make sure I get the name right on there. That's Hannah O'Connor. Nice play. Looks like she plays on the turf all the time.
Yeah.
The way she played that one. Belcher with 2 quick outs here. Key point of the game, as you say, if leadoff hitter and the second hitter, get him out 1-2. Picks up our 3rd hitter here.
There we go.
There she goes, right up the middle.
That's a nice swing.
Jess Roberts.
Let's see if they can do something with it.
Sophomore catcher Roberts there gets a 2-out single. They're not going to run for her. They must like her wheels. Here comes the junior.
It's their 4th hit. 4th hit of the game there. Belcher's still pitch count not looking too bad at 73. I would be surprised she just goes complete game there.
Yeah. McClellan had the nice line drive off the center field fence last at bat.
She can do that plus 5 feet, we'd have a tie game.
The wind seems to be going a little more to right field now.
Yeah. Looks like it's died down just a little bit.
If I'm the Centerville bench, I'm waiting until the wind blows back in so I can give her the signal. That was a screwball breaking inside. That got her hands.
I've noticed they play, at least from my angle, it looks like center's kind of shifted over a little bit towards right. They seem to play the right-handed hitters shaded a little bit, leaving that gap right by the scoreboard there, just wide open.
And we've watched it. It doesn't look like they were giving a heavy dose of the outside pitch either. I think they just must feel like her speed. And there you go, Andy, right into
there
it.
It is.
I mean, I don't think that would have been no matter where they were playing. But Well, they're down 2, so
the run would have helped, but keeping McClellan off second. That tying run and out of scoring position.
Yeah. So we got Roberts over to 3rd with 2 outs here. McClellan, nice base hit down to 1st. I would assume they'll bring a runner in for her, but maybe not. Brings up Ella Stein to the plate. Sophomore second baseman. She's hitting .318. Has 2 RBI. I'm sure she'd like to add to that right here.
Especially with 2 outs, McClellan will be going on contact. She can get something in the gap, depending on McClellan's speed.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm curious to see what they do here. Bacon's a good catcher, so I don't think this is a
stealing opportunity. No.
With 2 outs, I don't think you take that chance.
Second baseman, Ella Stein.
You might cross them up, maybe do a little fake bunt and see how they move, but I'd still probably say let's play for the hit.
There it is.
And the right field again. Oh, she does it. Olivia Castle. She comes up with I'm going to call it a diving catch, but it was a laser hit out there, and she dives to her right and catches the ball for the second time. Let's look at this replay before we end the inning here. Look at this nice hit by Stein, and catches, goes down.
I think she hit it so hard the ball took her with the ball, right?
Great way to end the inning for Centerville, and we'll go to the top of the 7th. Centerville leading 3-1.
Can't believe you're doing this alone.
I've done it before.
I remember. You threw your back out. How you holding up?
Hand me that board.
Nothing wrong with getting help.
I'm good.
I did it when Felicia left.
I'll figure it out.
I know you will, but you don't have to do it alone. That's all I'm saying.
If I promise to look into it, will you drop it and help me build this fence?
All right, we're here at the top of the 7th. Centerville up. It's a 3-1 game, so still anybody's game. Christine Rule's still on the mound for Milford. She's come in with that changeup and been very effective in keeping Centerville off the plate. So it's coming down to the 7th inning. We like that in softball. Andy, what do you think?
She's pitched well, yeah. Especially, we were talking 1 or 2 plays in a pitcher's duel like this will either win it or lose it. And I think the right fielder right there on that that saved the game from being tied.
Yeah, game would have been tied. Great play. She was excited. She's hit the ground a couple times, too. She hit it on that one that went over her head. She hit it on that one. And I think even that last play she made out there that she caught, she hit the ground.
Yeah.
So she's going to come away feeling a little sore tomorrow morning.
Love the aggressiveness. Can't teach that in players right there.
No. And there's our changeup again. Yeah, did we look to see? Did we figure out where she's playing her travel ball?
I don't know.
Okay. She has to play for somebody, though. She could be a Doom player, too. The Gregories usually can get the players to the Doom organization from Milford. A lot of their players in the past, they've had some great players at Milford. Centerville's had some great players, too. We have one of their former players, Emma Shooter at University of Dayton, where my daughter coaches. And Emma Shooter is an incredible softball player.
Is she?
Yeah, oh, yeah. She's a senior. She leads in almost every offensive hit category, stolen bases. She's fast. She covers ground. She's played 2 consecutive seasons, I think, without an error in center field, and she's fantastic. Haley Arnold, we already talked about her, another good player. So third baseman bobbles that one again, and Chase Adkins gets down to first. So we have 3-4-5 here in this inning. Chase Adkins leads off with I'm going to call that an error. Looks like the scorekeeper gave it an error, so we're going to call it an error.
4th one of the day.
Maybe Centerville's game changer might feel differently, but we're going to go with an error on that one. And we have
everything's ahead.
Here's our pitcher, Caitlin Belcher.
Centerville, number 7, Cadence Holman running at first base for Chase Atkins. Holman running for Atkins. Now batting number 21, the pitcher, Caitlin Belcher.
So here's the freshman here.
Belcher had a little bit of pop in it last
did.
couple times. Let's see what she can do here.
Milford has to keep the runners off the plate this inning. I would say that. So they need to make a play here. That was a tough play for, again, the pitcher. Rule and McClellan from Milford have been hurt a little bit by some errors, but that happens in softball. You got to be able to overcome that adversity. Ball on the ground, gets past the catcher. Runner advances to second. Cadence Holman, the pinch runner, in. Holman advances to second. Clearly, she is the designated pinch runner.
I think Belcher's going to lay one down here. Or was that just a fake bunt to steal her over last time, you think?
I'm just going to say she's not a bunter, but I mean, right here, if you bunted her, yeah, she's not bunting.
Yeah.
If she could bunt and get the runner to third, that'd be one out. I mean, I can kind of maybe see the logic. She just doesn't look like that person, and especially as hard as she hit a couple balls.
Yeah, when
already.
she attempted the bunt on the first pitch, I was a little thrown off, but maybe that was just.
That's Wendell having a sense of humor down there.
Yeah. Looks like we got a little bit of control. Got to get back.
Yeah. It's pressure time. Can have an effect on the pitcher. Ball release. Seen several pitches in the dirt now, in the turf, in the ground.
3-0. Green light here on 3-0. Nope.
She definitely had the hold because I think that looked like a ball she wouldn't go out. It was right over the middle of the plate.
So look at Varner out in center field. Her jersey's blowing. I mean, it's pretty windy down there.
You're right. It is, yeah. This is one of those where I think if you get it up in the air to right field now,
it could be.
It will go.
The wind has shifted as the day's gone on.
Uh-huh.
That flag was blowing right in towards us there for a little bit when we first started.
I think we're going to see a pinch runner here for Belcher. Pitcher here. We've have somebody go in there. Here she goes. And we have number 3. Is that number 3?
Centerville, number 31, Ava Montero running at first base for Belcher.
33.
33. Okay.
So Wendell has 2 daughters. Which is his daughter that's at third? Do you know?
I don't know which one. Ellie. I don't.
Both his daughters played at the next level.
Yeah, they were both excellent hitters, which makes sense.
I'm not surprised. Got her.
Oh! I think she was safe, honestly.
Yeah.
She put the
tag
down a little late.
Looks like it was up towards her upper body. Maybe she got the feet in there.
I'm sure we'll get the replay on that one there, but that, let's take a peek at this here. Gets past the catcher. And let's get right on this play. Let's see what it is. We're not going to see it there.
Well, she got it on the left, her right knee.
But I think she put the ball down on the back part of the plate, and here's the look we're going to see. If she would have got it out in front of the plate, she would have got her, but she puts it down after the girl touches the plate. Oh, no, that's not true. That's a close play.
It was close.
That's a close play.
I don't know.
I don't think they're going to video review on that one. It's 4-1 Centerville right now with runner on third and nobody out. Rule, who has been impressive to this point, having a little bit of a challenge here in the 7th inning. Nice change up there. And O'Connor took a rip at that one there. Ball down.
Dave, you see Lebanon out there warming up in the newest addition to the Common Softball Complex. Visitors bullpen. They don't have to run over to the home side anymore.
Yeah, like I said, we did a lot of things here, but one of the things we never did get done, which would have been nice, was the visitors bullpen. And I think, Andy, am I right? Do you know the booster president? Or might you be that guy?
I'm married to her.
Oh, you're married to her. Okay.
She runs the show.
She runs the show. Okay, let's give her full
Give
credit.
Randy the credit she deserves, yes.
Randy McBrayer, you did something that nobody has been able to accomplish in Mason booster history.
Using that turf.
Oh, and that's through the legs. That's going to be a problem here.
That ball came in hot off the turf.
I feel like there are certain runners that would have been around the bases on that one, but I'm gonna go with Hannah O'Connor's a third baseman, and she's a hitter.
Yeah, she's a hitter.
We'll just look at the stats here just to kind of support. I'm not being negative because she's definitely a hitter. Played a great third base today. But we don't have Centerville stats, so as far as we know, she has 0 stolen bases. 5-1. These are 2 tough runs for Milford, I think. Nice play by Charlie Johnson over at third. Gets the out at first. Runner advances to third. It's going to take a complete meltdown by Belcher in the 7th.
I agree.
And I just don't see that happening the way she's been throwing. She looks confident, and as this game gone on, I think she's gained confidence.
I tell you, it would have been interesting if Milford would have tied it on that last play in the bottom of the 6th, if we would have seen McClellan back at the 7th. Tie or take the lead. They would have tied and probably had a runner on second or third, probably third with 2 outs.
Let's see here. Again, this is a showcase game, and you're getting to see the good teams, and that's Milford. They did not play yesterday. They played Thursday, Friday, beat West Claremont, or lost to West Claremont, beat Loveland. They have Centerville today, and they're back Tuesday at Lebanon. So that would be a key conference
game for them, yeah. With an off day tomorrow.
Yeah, so they had Lebanon, then Kings on. So they have their top 2 opponents in the ECC coming up.
Yeah.
So that makes sense.
Odds are they want to have McClellan fresh for those 2 games, would be my guess.
Yeah, and you know what? I think it's great that Rule gets to face a team like Centerville here. That's it. Give her the chance, and Red's Future Showcase, good opportunity. Taking back this Reds Showcase, going back years, it's Mason and Lebanon have always played. That's been a mainstay. But all the other teams that they get in here, Milford's been in there a few times. Not sure if Centerville has or not, but they always get really good games in this showcase. And I think it looked like they had a good game earlier in the day between who was that, Turpin and
that was Ross and Lakota East.
Oh, Ross.
I think it was a 4-2 final East.
Yeah, Ross.
Ross won 4-2. Kind of pitcher's duel, not a ton of hits.
Well, and I think that's what you're going to see when the better softball. Everybody's going to have the better softball teams are going to have pitchers.
Good job, Rule, coming back with it. She changes speeds really well.
Yeah, that was up and had a little zip on it.
I said she's a sophomore, is that right?
Yeah, a little tough 7th inning here, but I would say just overall she's been very effective.
Made her go reach for it.
Oh, scary catch there. Pop up to the second baseman. Blair Stillwell to hit that. Brings Morgan Franklin to the plate. We have 2 outs now. I think it's going to be tough, but I would like to see, Milford make a run at it in the 7th. Oh, another misplayed ball by the third baseman there. Brings in another run for Milford, or for Centerville. Just kind of caught her awkwardly down the line, and that's a tough play.
Very
tough play.
On the backhand side.
I don't want to be hard on Charlie Johnson down there. She's got a couple hits today. Especially when, you're not used to that turf. That takes a whole different bounce.
The bounces, yeah. See if she can work through here with 2 outs.
Six to 1 now. Centerville up by 5. The one thing I know, Wendell, I mentioned they started off, I think they were 2-3, and they started off a little rough, but Wendell gets his teams to come around. He definitely knows softball, and he knows how to maneuver his players, build them up, and when it comes to tournament time, they'll be a team to reckon with, because the pitcher, I can already tell you, as a freshman pitcher, she's going to be even better when the playoffs come around.
Dave, we were talking before the game, before the realignment. Is Centerville still Division 1?
Yeah, Centerville will definitely still be Division 1.
Milford moved to 2.
Yeah, Milford 2, and then
there you go.
We talk about Milford and
Kings. Most of the conference said Lebanon and Milford are the only. I'm sorry, Lebanon and Milford are the only Division 1 schools in that league.
That's right.
So we'll drop in. Centerville's kind of opening it up here in the 7th.
That's Bacon, the catcher, that got that hit. So they're up the top of the order now, and they're making it happen.
Some nice adjustments on the changeup.
8-1.
Sat back and kind of put the 9-iron on it and just put it right there.
That may be the 8th hit there. I'm not sure, but the hit differential was certainly not near as great as the run differential in this game. It shows on the scoreboard 7. It's 8 hits. That's what I thought. 8 hits, and for Centerville, 5 for Milford, but an 8-1 score. I think notably, if you look out there to the right, that's 6 errors.
Yeah.
I'm sure the coaches of Milford, Coach Gregory, they're going to work on that.
And for a lot of these teams, I'm sure they've been outside playing too long. I mean, the weather this past week here hasn't been great, so.
I was talking to Coach Muff from Mason. She was talking about that when they went down early and played in Tennessee. Those teams you were playing in Tennessee had, 20-plus games in already, and those were their first games of the year. That makes a difference when you're, 2 states down to the south. That's good experience, though. I think that's.
This Southern schools just do it a little bit different, how they can compare to Ohio on the rules and things that they can play a lot of high school games.
Chase Atkins to the plate again here, 3-hole hitter for Centerville. 8-1 score.
Nice pitch there. Let's see if Will can work through this here.
Yeah, I'd like to see her get out of this. I feel bad, the errors affected her today, and a couple tough breaks here in the last inning. Centerville got a few hits, but I thought she came in and with that changeup did a nice job, just mixing it up. So McClellan pitched well. I see her, you know, carrying Milford into the playoffs. But you can bring in this rule and
just throw
a couple
off,
innings.
Right?
Yeah. I think that's a nice mix for Milford.
Nice effort there.
Here comes a turn, another base hit. Atkins gets the base hit, brings in a run, 9-1. Freshman Belcher coming to the plate again.
Number 21, pitcher, Caitlin Belcher.
I still think between this game and the next game, we'll see somebody knock one out of the park. And there's another hit. I think Rule's getting tired in this inning.
Yeah.
As a sophomore, and you know, early in the season, she pitched 10 total innings coming this game. This is, you know, extending her out. She probably losing a little bit of momentum here, a little bit of steam.
Especially versus a good lineup like Centerville.
Yeah, and Wendell's helping them, you know, adjust to the changeup here as well.
Yeah.
And we talked about that earlier before she came in. It's like, you know, that changeup, and I think she has more than just the changeup, but that changeup's something that can throw you off for 2-3 innings. But with hitters that are well coached, like Centerville is.
Yeah. I mean, she's now into her 5th. She came in the 3rd, is that right? Top of the 3rd?
I think it was the 4th, wasn't it? Yeah, they got that. They got those. They hit her and got that one run in the 3rd, and I think she came in the 4th. But that's still 4th, 5th, 6th.
Yeah,
and they were in the 7th. So. Hannah O'Connor now at the plate. Okay, see, Andy, I told you we thought we were going to get this game in by 3:30, and
the 7th inning took a little longer.
Here we go. It's now 10-1.
Yeah, you're right. McClellan went 3 innings, so Rule's now at 3 2/3. Nice hop there.
Shortstop looks smooth on that one. One hop over to first for the 3rd out of the inning. Big inning for the Centerville Elks. 7 runs takes their lead to 10-1. We're headed into the bottom of the 7th. Milford has a lot of work to do in the bottom of the 7th. We'll be back.
You're not going to get it all right. Just make sure you nail the big stuff, like making sure your kids are in the right seat for their age and size. Get it right at nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat.
All right, I'm in the house.
Okay, what do you see?
Nothing yet. Hold on. I think I just heard something. I'm heading upstairs.
Okay, I am almost there.
I'm in the bedroom.
Okay.
Oh, shit. It's not here.
What?
The gun's not here.
What do you mean? Where is it?
Cameron, are you in there? Open the door. Cam! Come on, Cameron.
Okay, Hannah Parks up to the plate for Milford. 10-1 Centerville. Caitlin Belcher's done a great job. A lot of work for Milford here. And the first batter, first pitch, pops up to Chase Atkins at second base. So 1 out. Yeah, Andy, really this was a really good game through 6 innings, you know. And I don't want to – I'm definitely not rolling Milford under the bus. They have a young team, and they're going to be good. They are good. And I still see them with their pitching, you know, being able to do some damage. They had a few mistakes today, and that happens sometimes. And the turf could have had something to do with that. And playing on a Sunday, who knows?
Yeah.
But I'm sure Milford will still be somebody that you can't overlook in the playoffs without a doubt.
Yeah, if you're just tuning in, the score doesn't reflect really how close this game was all the way until the last out in the bottom of the 6th.
Yeah, that's right. McClellan and Rule both good. They have some nice young players for Milford. Definitely going to keep an eye on them over the next couple of years. No seniors on their roster. And then we'll keep an eye on this pitcher here too, Caitlin Belcher. I'm going to pass her name along to some people I know.
Yes.
See that pitch right there? It's a ball, but we can hear the pop up here, and we have headsets on.
Right. And she's.
Oh, they got a mic down there for us too. I thought, man, this girl's really popping, and then producer comes in and tells us not to be dumb. They have a mic down there. I was like, appreciate it.
Fourth strikeout there for.
It still, like you said, still does take some pop to hear it on the mic, right? You know, the mic doesn't make up noise.
She's pitched really well today. I mean, she's at 84 pitches on the day.
Yeah.
5-hitter.
See, I like that too. That's not too few. I mean, to me, you can't go in there and throw across the plate every time. You have to throw some balls. You have to challenge the ump, making calls that are half on, half off the plate. Make them call some strikes that aren't on the plate. And you have to figure out those spots. All right, you know, to me, she's at a very sweet spot in the number of pitches she's thrown. And she's kept them off balance. And as following up on that pitch right there, she likes to work inside.
Yes, she does.
And I think that's important. A lot of these players like to get up on that plate. The one thing I'll just say to her and her catcher moving forward, when they get up on the plate and you like to pitch inside, before the game even starts, let the ump know that they get their hands out over the plate, because sometimes they get hit. My daughter was that way, and they get hit and they miss it the first time, that their hands are over the strike zone. She works it outside. She was even, you can tell herself, she's like, I just missed that.
2 outs. See if they get a 2-out rally going, Dave.
This would be a heck of a 2-out rally.
I've seen him before last year in the playoffs, Lakota East and Fairmont.
Yeah.
Last year actually played here at Mason. I believe it was 11-1 in the 6th.
I feel like I was at the Mason game with you that night or something.
That's right.
And
we were watching Beaver Creek.
Yes, and that comeback was incredible.
Maybe an epic one.
Yeah.
Obviously not for the Kettering side, but
yeah, that's right. We were over at Kings, and we were following that game from over at Kings. Yeah, I remember that now. You say that.
I've got a couple girls on that Fairmont team that played for me in the summer, and was texting one of the parents going, "What's happening?"
So Maddie Varner, the freshman center fielder, up to bat here. Again, I think this will be another one. It looks like she has
nice
shot.
Just foul.
She hit a couple nice balls earlier, that one to right field that could have changed the game back then, got caught. And
she's got a nice swing.
Yeah. She has that I look fast appearance too, so she'll probably be somebody that we're keeping an eye on here in a few years as Milford comes to Mason to play either in a non-conference or a red showcase. Oh, looks like that inside pitch there.
Looked like it might have been a little up on her too, but
producers on it today. Nice pitch.
That was a great pitch.
Nice pitch. Oh! Yeah, she bounces right up.
She did. Good for her.
You know what? And I like that. Freshman bounce right up. Goes at it, but going back to the pitch before that, I like her looking at that pitch too. That was a great pitcher strike.
Yeah.
You don't have to swing at that. Let's look at the hit by pitch here. See where it got her. Oh, got her on the back of the arm.
I might bruise a little bit tomorrow, Dave.
That's right. She's going to have some thread marks on her arm tomorrow.
Right on the tricep there. Going for the complete game here.
So this is another, like, you know, I pay attention to this defining type moment. If she hits a girl inside, she threw a nice inside strike, goes inside a little further, hits the girl. Let's see where she works this batter. She was going outside on that one.
See if Milford can do something here, flipping the lineup back over. Was this fourth time they've seen?
So I would think if I'm Coach Gregory that if they show some life here and battle back, maybe score a run or two here, that'd be a positive. Something you can help work.
Build upon, right?
Build upon with a young team. Not giving up, always fighting until the end. And right now they're doing that, first and second.
Milford down their last strike here.
1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th. And there we go. There's something to build on this young team. Centerville, and he's sending. There's Varner. Look, you can see she's got wheels. she smoothly went around third base when Tim Gregory sent her around there. It's you have to like that. Freshman base running. That's good.
Let's see. There's a comeback here by Milford. Mason might be the comeback park for some of these teams, right?
That's right. Let's see. That was Varner. Then McCoy. Paige Kincaid. Back inside.
She works up in the zone. Good. When you got pitchers working in, out, up, down, changing speeds, that's. She didn't like that last hit. Let's come back and close this out.
Yeah, you got to like that out of a freshman too. Boy, that was right on the inside. I might have hit her even, but
surprised they didn't check that swing.
One ball, 2 strikes. Bounces it in there.
Good heads-up base running there. Way to read that.
So McCoy, she's one of the junior leaders there, and as Andy just said, as soon as she sees the ball bounce, she has a nice secondary lead. Has a third. All right, there we go. Paige Kincaid pops up to the pitcher, Belcher. Belcher pitches a nice game. For Centerville, some nice plays by their right fielder, Olivia Castle, some good hitting from Wendell Hutchinson, the Centerville Elks team. We look forward to seeing Milford and their youth develop over the season into the next year. So, Andy, great job. We'll be back here for the second game, Mason versus Lebanon. I'm excited to watch that. We're going to wrap this up. Centerville wins 10-3.